Good morning, dear students. Today it is the day of our biology. So we are continuing our second chapter, that is food in the digestive tract. In the last class we just started the parts of the digestive system, then what is digestion and what are the nutrients that is absorbed from the food into our blood. That all we discussed, and what are the functions of the teeth and what are the different types of the teeth that is used for the process of digestion. That is also discussed in the last class. Today we are going to discuss about the digestion or the starting process of the digestion, that is starting from the mouth. So that, and also what is happening to the food materials in the next part, that is called food pipe or esophagus. So these two parts are going to be discussed in the class today. So watch the video completely without skipping and try to understand each and every points. If you have any doubt while watching the video, you can contact me, then it will be clear to you. So anyhow, today's first part, the digestion of the food materials from the mouth. That is the part that we have to start today. So we have seen from the mouth, the first process that is happening is the mastication of the food materials that we discussed in the last class. Mastication of the food materials. Simply mastication means it is the chewing process or grinding process that is taking place from the mouth. Chewing and grinding. While chewing and grinding the food materials, the complex food material or the larger particles of the food materials are converted into simpler or the simplest form, or it will be converted into a fluid part, or it will be converted into a juice like material. That process is called mastication of the food material. So that is discussed already. So after the mastication of the food materials, the digestion process or the chemical steps of the digestion is taking place. Okay, for that the major role or the major duty is done by the saliva that is produced by the salivary glands. Okay, so saliva is produced from the salivary glands. As you know, we have three pairs of salivary glands in the mouth, and it is located at different parts of the mouth, and that is why, or because of the actions of these salivary glands, saliva is produced in the mouth, and that saliva water our mouth. Sometimes if we are getting the smell of a tasty food, or if you are thinking about a wonderful food, or if you are seeing a dish that is interested to you or that is liked to you that much, such food materials, if you are seeing or if you are discussing about such food materials, or if you are getting the smell from such food materials, normally or automatically our mouth will be watered, or there will be salivation in the mouth. Okay, this salivation or the production of saliva is done by the salivary glands, that you have to note. Then there are three pairs of salivary glands in our mouth. This salivary glands produce saliva, and that saliva contain three types of materials that is to be studied from 9th standard. So first material, that is mucus. Mucus. Second one, it is an enzyme called lysozyme. Third one is also another enzyme, it is called salivary amylase. Look, these are the three components that is occupied or that is contained in the saliva. First one is mucus, and second one is, and second and third is the enzymes. One is lysozyme and the third one is salivary amylase. So these three are the components of what? Saliva. Then we can see what are the role these three doing in the process of digestion. There the first role is for the mucus that make our food into a slimy appearance, or the mucus make the food slimy. Slimy means just smooth for the movement. For example, in the case of girls, if they have to wear bangles and if it is very tight, they will apply some oil or soap, then it will be slimy. It will be very easy for moving or for wearing. Like that, the food materials also become slimy, or a viscous appearance will be there. That is done or that is provided with the help of mucus. If you are touching your saliva with one finger and if you are rubbing with another finger, you also feel that sliminess. Okay. Yes. So when the mucus is mixed with food materials, it will become slimy, and as a result, what will happen? It is very easy for swallowing. Okay, that is the role of mucus. Second one, lysozyme. Lysozyme, I told you, it is an enzyme. As it is an enzyme, it is doing a major role of killing or destroying the pathogens or germs. They are entering through the food materials. Sometimes the food materials that we are eating may be containing some kinds of germs that we cannot see, but what will happen? If such germs enter into the mouth through the food materials, it will be killed and destroyed by whom? By the lysozyme. So lysozyme destroy the germs present in the food materials or destroy the pathogens entering through the food materials to the mouth. So it is having a destructive nature. Third one, salivary amylase, that is the enzyme participating in the process of digestion. Mucus is helping for digestion, then lysozyme is protecting our body from pathogens, but salivary amylase, that is doing the pakka process of digestion. That is, salivary amylase convert the starch contained in the food materials into maltose. Convert the starch into maltose, but not completely converting, a partial conversion only. So partially it convert, or some amount, to some extent only it convert the starch into maltose. Okay, that is the first digestive action or digestive chemical action taking place in the mouth. Okay. So listen, the enzyme related to this process is salivary amylase. That is the component of what? It is the component of saliva. Then that convert the starch into maltose partially. Okay. Then related to this particular area, some questions are repeated for the examination. So listen, if we are chewing rice, cooked rice or beaten rice you know? I think you know that. Anyhow, cooked rice or beaten rice, if you are chewing repeatedly from the mouth, cooked rice means without curry. Okay, your normal rice that you are eating for lunch, dinner, that is what is cooked rice. Then beaten rice means the rice is beaten or flat shaped. No, it is not cooked. In Malayalam it is called avil. Okay, so if it is chewing for more time from the mouth, now after few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, you feel a small, sweet taste. Okay, we didn't use any sugar. Beaten rice or cooked rice, not together, separately, if you are chewing repeatedly, you feel a sweet taste. Okay, that is because of this process. If you are chewing from the mouth repeatedly, it will be mixed with the saliva, and saliva contains salivary amylase. This cooked rice and beaten rice contains what? Starch. So that starch will be converted into maltose, and that maltose is sweet in taste. That is why you feel what? A sweet taste. Okay. So if that question is repeated in the next examination also, I think it is ready for you to answer. Okay. So you can write like this: if it is chewed repeatedly, the starch contained in the rice, if they are asking rice, you say the starch contained in the rice. If they are asking beaten rice, you say the starch contained in the beaten rice is converted into maltose with the help of whom? Salivary amylase, and that is why we feel what? Taste, sweet taste. Okay, that is the first part. Okay, digestion from the mouth is completed with this. So who are the participants? First one is the mucus. It make the food slimy, that help the food materials to swallow easily through the food pipe. Next one, lysozyme. It is having a destructive nature, that is why it will destroy the pathogens or germs or any microorganisms that is entering through the food. Actually, we may not know whether it is there or not. If it is there, it will be killed by whom? Lysozyme. Third one, salivary amylase. It converts the starch into maltose partially, and that is why we feel a sweet taste. So next part, that is esophagus. Look. Esophagus. It is also called food pipe. From the lower classes, you might have studied about esophagus like food pipe. Okay, so if it is difficult for you, you can study this also, food pipe instead of esophagus. But in the question paper, food pipe may not come or will not come. There they will give only esophagus. So you have to remember that esophagus is the food pipe. Anyhow, after chewing the food materials, it will be moved into where? Moved into the esophagus. There, before entering that into the esophagus, there are 4 steps, or 4 steps are to be completed before getting it into the esophagus. Okay, that 4 steps are very much important. That is the part that you have to study next. There, tongue is having a major role. Okay, so there, look, the tongue will convert the food materials into a ball-like structure. Or when we chew the food materials, at the time itself, tongue will compress the food materials with the help of the palate. Palate means that is the upper side of the mouth. Means, when the tongue is touching, or while speaking or while chewing, the upper side of the tongue will touch on the top part of the mouth. That is what is called palate. So when the food material is on the tongue, with the help of the tongue and the palate, what will happen? The food materials are compressed or pressed, and as a result it will be converted, or it will be changed into a ball-like structure. Okay. So tongue compress the food materials into ball with the help of the palate. That is the first step before swallowing. Second step, there is another part called uvula. You want to read like uvula. That uvula is a part hanging from the top side of the palate into the pharynx. If you are opening your mouth widely, and if you are looking to a mirror in such a posture, what will happen? You can see a small portion, like small finger-like portion hanging from the top of the mouth, or hanging at the pharynx region. That is what is called uvula. Okay. Then this uvula, just before swallowing the food materials, it covers the nasal cavity. Uvula cover the nasal cavity or nasal cavity. Nasal cavity means, listen, if you are lying on the bed and if a nasal drop is dripping into your nose, that will come into your mouth at a particular region. That opening is called nasal cavity. So that nasal cavity is closed with the help of what? Uvula, while swallowing the food materials. That's why what will happen? The food will not enter into our nose, or the food will not enter into our nasal cavity. So first one, tongue compress the food materials into ball shape. Then uvula, what it will do? It will cover or close the nasal cavity for preventing the entry of food materials into nose or to the nasal cavity. So 2 step is okay. Third step, posterior part of the tongue, means the back side of the tongue, that press or that allow look, posterior part of the tongue press or allow the food to enter the esophagus. Means after doing all this, the food slowly it will be moved or just pressed into the esophagus. Then before that, one more part is there, that is called epiglottis. Epiglottis, it will do the major role that cover the trachea. So these are the main points that surely it will be there in the question paper. That much important part. Before swallowing, what are the steps or preventive or protective steps taking place in the mouth? So look, first protective measure, the tongue compress the food into balls. So as they are moving like a ball, it will not disturb other part. First one ball will be moved, then the other ball will be moved. So no disturbance for the other parts. That's why it is a protective measure. Then that preparing that ball is done with the help of palate and tongue. Okay. Then next, uvula. I explained what is uvula. Then if you didn't understand, open the mouth very widely, look at a mirror, you can see something hanging from the mouth. That is what is called uvula. Then that will cover or close the nasal cavity. That's why the food will not enter into nasal cavity. Then before this you do, look this one, epiglottis. Epiglottis means actually it is a lid. Then you know, from the pharynx. Pharynx means, I told you to an exercise to see the uvula. Uvula hanging place is called pharynx. Okay. So this pharynx contains two tubes or two pipes. One carry food material, the other one carry our breathing air. Okay. So the pipe that carry our breathing air is called trachea. Okay. Then the pipe that carry food materials to the stomach is called esophagus. These two are starting at the same place or at the same point. Then for the two pipes there is only one lid. That lid is called epiglottis. So when we eat food materials, epiglottis cover whom? Listen, when we eat food material, that food is to be moved through food pipe. One is food pipe, other one is wind pipe or air pipe or trachea. So food is to be moved through food pipe, so that is why air pipe is to be closed. Then when we breathe, that breathing air is to be moved through what? Wind pipe or trachea. So food pipe is to be covered. So while breathing, trachea cover what? Food pipe. While eating, trachea cover whom? Wind pipe or esophagus. Okay. So epiglottis cover the trachea at the time of what? Breathing. Sorry. Epiglottis cover the trachea at the time of eating. Then it will cover the food pipe at the time of breathing. Breathing time, food pipe is closed. Eating time, which is closed, trachea is closed with the help of epiglottis. Then last, now everything is safe. Then posterior part of the tongue press or move the food materials on the top of the epiglottis to the esophagus. Okay, these steps are to be studied very well. A sure question or question will be there from this part. Such important part it is. So 4 part, what are their major roles, that is to be studied. Last part today. Now all the preventive protective measures are okay. Then food is now moved above the epiglottis into the esophagus. That is the last part. The posterior part of the tongue has done that role. Now the food is at the starting point or starting area or starting part of the starting point of the esophagus. Then the food is now moving through the esophagus into the stomach. Okay, how the food materials are moving? We studied the food is in the form of a ball. So that when a ball is there, suppose this is the esophagus. When the ball is here, what will happen? The upper muscles or the muscles on the upper side of that particular ball compress, or it will be contracted. When the muscles contracted, that ball will move little bit. Then it will be standing there. Then next muscles on the top side of that particular ball compress. Then again it will be moved. Just look here. Suppose this is a pipe. This like pipe is the foot pipe. When the ball is standing here, look, a football, not football, football is standing here. What will happen? The muscles on the top side, look, from these two sides, it will compress. So automatically this foot will move to this side. A little bit it will be moved. Then it will be standing here. So the foot muscles here again will contract. Then like this, by the repeated contraction of the muscles related, the food material slowly move through the esophagus. So when we see that movement, it will be the food standing area will be bulged, then again some moved, then it will be like a wave. The movement like a wave. Such movement or the movement of the food materials through the esophagus like a wave, or wave like movement of the food materials through the esophagus is called peristalsis. So what is peristalsis? Peristalsis is the movement of the food materials through the esophagus in the form of a wave. You can say so, or you can say the wave-like movement of the food materials through the esophagus into the stomach. Okay, whichever is easy to you, that only is to be studied, others just leave it. Okay, so with this we can wind up today's class. So what are the points we discussed? The role of saliva in digestion from the mouth, then what are the components of saliva, then what are the primary steps are taken in the mouth before starting the process of swallowing, that we discussed by saying these four parts. Then a particular region in the mouth, that is the two pipes are starting, trachea and esophagus. That area is called pharynx. Then pharynx contain two pipes, one is esophagus, the other one is what? Trachea. Both is having a single lid, that is what is called epiglottis. Then the movement, wave-like movement of the food material through the esophagus is called peristalsis. Then now the food is in the stomach, that we will discuss in the next class. So you have to watch the video repeatedly, then share to your friends if they need this. Then all other doubts if you have, you can contact me. Then study very well, prepare your own short notes, that will be easy and useful to you. So study well, have a nice day. Thank you.